So, yes, hello YouTube. It's Accurate again, back with another beat review live stream on YouTube. It's been a week since last time, right? That feels a bit strange because it feels like that could have been 2 weeks ago. But that's 1 week ago, and now we're here again. Another Monday, the same time, the same place, a few minutes late, but I think that's okay. I'm gonna give myself the benefit of the doubt, or however you say that. So, hi people, who's in the chat? Who's in the chat? Beat Owl is here. Cool. Which is not Cresshead, right? Hold on. Beat Owl is Hannibal Actor. My bad. Yeah. So, hi. Team Brooklyn, hi. Chris52, hi. Keto Beats, Moran is here too. Blaze Beats, what's good? What's good, people? Nice to be here again. Really nice to be here. A lot of stuff has been going on, and you know, a lot of things has been up and a few things has been down and whatever. And it feels awesome to be back on a live stream. And really, it feels like it was at least 2 weeks ago. It's been a busy time. But we are here. Awesome. Yeah, I got it right. Yeah, that's Hannibal Actor. My bad. Made so well with one of those really ugly emotes or emoticons or what are they even called? Smileys. One of those. From the super functionality, member functionality, because Made So Well is one of the members on the channel, and that's awesome. We love that. We love that. And yeah, I think that needs to be pointed out really early on in the video that I have now enabled memberships on the channel. So if you want to support me in what I do, this thing or my normal videos or whatever, maybe even the music or the tutorials or the reviews or whatever. If you want to support me in what I do, becoming a member on the channel is such a good idea. So that is something you could do. Super chat also works, but yeah, awesome. Nice to be here. Not sure about the red light in the background, but yeah, you know, I'm able to switch that out. So who knows? And I'm always getting these notifications that my audio is bad because I'm using more than 2 channels, but I'm not, but whatever. We're running it internally. So let's just see if everything works. That's really loud, right? Shit, I kind of like that. Let me just turn that one on and record this real quick. Something like that. Stop recording. Now I have that idea on video. What's good, people? Are we ready to listen to some music, to do some beat reviews? Is that why we're here? Or do we want to see me play some stuff on the NPC? That's for another show. That's for another thing. You should do a quick cook up before we start. Combo beat making stream. Yeah, I've thought a lot about that, and I kind of said stuff about trying to do beat making live streams every other week, and I just haven't. Time and work and stuff has gotten in the way, but that's still something I plan to do. And I've also kind of messed up my scheduling because these shows are Monday nights, my time. So Monday after my day job, I just have a bit of food and I go down here. But Tuesday is my day off work, where I'm supposed to do all types of YouTubing adjacent stuff. So if I live stream on a Monday night and then I go live again on YouTube to make a beat on the middle of the day on Tuesday, that's going to be in like 12 hours from now. Feels a bit strange to do 2 streams that close together. So maybe just filming stuff, and I don't know. No one cares about this. No one cares about this but me. Me and my concepts and my way of thinking about things with schedules and whatever. We are here to do some beat reviews, to listen to some music from you guys, from you people. Now, I am afraid that I have messed a few things up with the email. So let me just check that out real quick to make sure that everything works. I know it works, but I think I have beats in 2 different inboxes because I messed things up. But everything has gotten through from the way that it's supposed to come from. So these ones hasn't been played, I think. Jesus. Okay, it's the other way around. It's from top to bottom in this case. So we have a few beats to listen to because my new system of accepting beats only over my website seems to work. A lot of people has been there. AccurateBeats.com, if you don't know. No, this should be okay. Yeah, AccurateBeats.com. If you don't know, go in there and go into beat reviews and submit your beat, and we're gonna cover it on the channel probably next week because this show is probably full. That's what I think. Combo session wouldn't be a bad idea. Start a beat, get a good sketch, and transition to a review. Yeah, that I wouldn't be able to do that. Just mentally, or my, being in the middle of a session, making something, and then listening to someone else's music, and have opinions about that, and go back to that would be such a nightmare. So that's never gonna happen. But more loosely, me just hanging out, making music, that's gonna happen. And I also want to do live streams, just hanging out, just talking away. So I have a lot of things I want to do, and only a few things I'm able to do, time management wise. So should we get into this? The first beat for today. I'm really stoked to be listening to music tonight. Breaking down some stuff, having some opinions, all that type of stuff we do. We should make a beat together. Yeah. I did one live stream like years ago where I had an NPC, I think, or machine or whatever. Or maybe that was in Logic. I don't know. And I accepted you guys. I let you guys throw me samples right off the bat on stream to just incorporate that into the music. That was a lot of fun. We should do that again, for sure. Chris sent in this sound of him flipping some cards, and someone else had some samples, and someone else did something with some type of percussion instrument, and I managed to throw things together. That was really cool. A community beat. Yeah, Beat Owl, I love this idea, but the thing I'm talking about that I did, that was me making the beat with samples and sounds from you guys. I would love to have you guys involved in the actual process, but I don't understand how that would work from a technical standpoint with cameras and audio, and things just doesn't work in what's the word? Yeah, I think we sampled your squeaky chair. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. Real time. That's the word I'm looking for. Audio and video doesn't play back in real time, so it doesn't work like that. We can't just jam together. But me making something, you sampling that, and building something on top of that and sending it back, everything on a live stream, that would be hours of work, but it would be a lot of fun. So when do you think you will be dropping a sample challenge? I don't know. I don't know. We talked about that. Yeah, the squeaky chair is gone. Sponsored by FlexiSpot for my last studio tour video. So now I have a proper chair, which is such a game changer for real. And it doesn't squeak. It doesn't make a sound. Okay. I'm getting away from the concept here. Let's go into the first one. Let's start enjoying some music together, without any volume on the speakers, of course. So this is from Martin Urban. Hey man, been watching your stuff for years. Just seen that you're live on YouTube. Beat is on Spotify too. I thought it could fit your taste. Greetings from Germany and have a good one. Döbel and Nace is my alias, if I'm in the chat. And I think you were here, I'm sure. I remember you from last week. When you see the Ö symbol, the O with 2 dots over it, that's a Swedish Ö. Also exists in other languages, of course, but yeah. So he sent me a beat called Impeaching Peaches. So could this be using Impeach the President drums? I don't know. Let's see. So yeah, my sample challenge thing that I talked about, I don't know. Maybe I want to do that sometime. Haven't really thought of it since then, but let's get to that sometime. Thanks for reminding me. I'm having all sorts of ideas and concepts and things I want to do, and I'm just forgetting about everything, so I need that type of reminding sometimes. But we are ready to listen to the first beat for today, Impeaching Peaches. Okay, so to me this sounds like someone who knows their way around a keyboard. You know, the piano solo thing, the organ, everything, just a lot of playing going on, which is cool. What I gotta say about this beat, if I want to be a little bit critical, and I try to do that, but in kind of a nice way, I'm not in love with the mix of this. Somehow. Something feels a little bit off. Let's see if I can just pinpoint what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. So the Rhodes takes up a huge amount of the entire mix, which could be cool. But with Rhodes pianos like that, or any type of electric piano that sounds similar, you always have a lot of stuff in the low registers, in the bass or in the low mids, which sometimes needs to be taken out in a mix. Or just using that and thinking about that as a replacement for a bass line. And I think that's kind of what you did here, which could be cool, but it's also really hard to find the balance when you do that. So I think the Rhodes piano here would benefit from being a little bit thinner, to still have a lot of, like, to take a big part of the entire thing, to have a lot of space in the mix, but maybe just thin it out when it comes to the lows and the low mids. That would probably bring out the drums a little bit more, make the entire rhythmical aspect of the thing a little bit more obvious, or a little bit more in your face. Beat Owl says that the drums are too flat, and yeah, that's probably an easier way to say it. The drum sounds flat. Yeah, they do. The composition, everything that's going on musically, I'm a big fan. I like it a lot. But in terms of a beat and a production, I think you want to work a little bit on the mix, trying to balance things out and just seeing how big of a part of the entire track is this single instrument. Because when you try to do a little bit of analyzing, you gotta figure out that the Rhodes piano is too much of everything. Not just because it's loud, but also because the frequencies collides with each other and takes a lot of the energy that's in here out of the mix. That's the way I feel about it. Sometimes I do this too much myself, and I just go into my Rhodes piano and I take out too much of the bass, so it becomes this, it's almost at a point where it sounds overdriven, but it's not. So you can also overdo it. But for a first beat for tonight, that's awesome. And that's, again, someone with a lot of skills on the keys, which is always appreciated. That type of musicality is always cool. In this style of music. Yeah. Maybe he mixed with flat headphones. You end up with mixes like that then. Maybe so. I do the majority of my work on headphones as well, but I try to remember myself or remind myself to turn on the speakers every now and then to just see how the air actually, not to see, but to hear and to discover, to experience how the air gets moved from the speaker. Because audio is just sound waves, which is basically just vibrations, Sidechain compression could also work. Sure, maybe so. But we have, we are on to a great start here. I definitely think so. That's the first beat from Double and Naze. Double and Nase, maybe, because he's German. Or Double Nase? Okay, that's Danish. I'm sorry. So we need to mark that one and move on to the next one. And this was sent 7 days ago. So the 2nd of December. 7 days ago, that was the last week's episode. So during the episode itself, this one came in. That's cool. Because I opened it up on stream last time. Yeah, for sure. This is one of the first one. This is from someone called I Alone. Not I as in I, but I as in I. I Alone. The message reads, I'm just a bedroom producer, not an engineer. Please excuse the mixes. And I promise you, when someone writes something like that, the mix is going to be at least decent. I'm not an engineer either. I want to make that clear. When I'm trying to give some constructive feedback to beats and criticize whatever, it's not that I'm better than anyone else. It's just that I have a little bit of experience of making music, so I have a lot of opinions. And I have even more opinions about my own shit. That's just what it is. So I'm not sitting here judging anyone as this expert, because I'm not. But this is still a cool thing. So, I Alone, the track is called Take Care of Biz. So, someone's taking care of business. Let's move into the next one. Cool. Can I do that and pretend to be radio for real? Fade it down? I don't know. Kind of bugs me. You know, I normally don't do this. I think calling out samples is kind of a bad thing to do. But when the sample is that obvious, not the sample maybe, but the song that it's a remake of or whatever, it's fun. Whatever. And I expected the entire beat to be built like this. And it didn't. I thought that was the beat because, you know, people do all sorts of things. And then we had this massive turnaround and it came in like a proper track. I mean, when you go from one type of vibe to something completely different, it's really effective. And it becomes like, okay, I'm not sure about this intro. It feels like, okay, that's what it's going to be. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, you know, it's just cool. It's a cool experience. So thanks a lot for giving us that experience. To me, again, we have one of those beats that is hard for me to say anything constructive about because it's really good. It's really, really good. Obviously, someone who has been playing around with a lot of samples and gotten everything to work flawlessly. He's not an engineer, so let's not focus too heavy on the mix, but I think the mix of this is nice. Could be a little bit more punchier and a little bit louder, maybe. But I also turned down my headphones to listen to it in a really low volume, and that really worked. Which is always some sort of quality mark, because if a beat is like bumping and really cool at loud volumes and you turn it down and the energy gets lost, that's a problem. Here, that's not the thing. That's not the case. Cool liveliness in the sorry. Cool liveliness in the drums with the hi-hats and everything being a little bit shifted around. A nice amount of swing. Some really harsh sounds up there in the frequency range, and also a solid bass line. The balance can always be tweaked, and you can always start doing things with the frequencies and like taking out some treble, whatever. In this case, I'm just a fan. I like this. I think this is really cool. And you also have all sorts of variations going on, which is important in this type of style. Maybe this is a rap beat, but it feels like this is supposed to be instrumental. And I love that. And also those bum bum horn stabs. I love it. Makes me think about DJ Premier, of course. And getting that type of sound to work with all those types of different samples thrown in there is just great work. It's definitely not the Beatles. Yep. Blaze Beats says fire. Moran says it sounds like it's mixed in mono. That's good. Everything should always be mixed in mono, so everyone can experience the music the same way. Moldy Thoughts says it's a nice vibe, and it is. Everyone seems to like it. This is real fun, hands down. Yeah, cool. Good bass. The variation was a bit weak, as it didn't live up to the main beat. I think it did. Sometimes I feel like having variation is important and good and cool and important. But sometimes just leaving stuff be for a few bars, a few loops. I do everything in 4-bar loops. If you work in 4 or 8 bars, whatever, leave the loop alone for a few times and just let it play. Let the listener discover things over time and then introduce some kind of variation. And in something like this, you could add scratch, you could add a synth line and do all sorts of things, which is cool. Maybe sometimes you don't have to. Straight up samples, drums, bass line. In this case, a bunch of different samples thrown in there. To me, it sounds like it's more than one track that has been sampled. And the vocal, thank you. The vocal chop makes it just stand out in itself. It's not uncommon to use vocal samples like that, but it's really effective. And I'm a big fan of doing it. I do it a lot of myself, and I don't have anything bad to say about that. That's just a cool thing to do. Especially when you're able to incorporate the vocal sample in this type of way. I'm a fan. I like this. I alone, just a bedroom producer. Please excuse the mix. Nothing to excuse. You don't have anything to say sorry about, solid stuff. And again, the fact that I have viewers or followers or people who just discovered what I do that themselves makes music on this type of level, in this style, warms my heart, for real. It really does. I'm not alone in this. You're not alone in this. We all make stuff. And someone who makes this type of music and also follows or knows about me, I think that's cool. And Carbon Vibes has entered the chat. Another member on the channel. Let me check that real quick because it matters to me. Memberships isn't that huge of a thing, but it's a recent discovery of mine, and I think it's cool. So, members, we now have 5 members. I don't know why I'm so happy about that. I have 106,000 subscribers, something like that, and 5 members, and I'm really excited about that. It's cool, because that means people donate money to support what I do. And that's awesome. Awesome. If you can't afford it, it's no shame on anyone. It's nothing. But Carbon Vibes is one of our friends. Hangs out here a lot. So thank you for being here. Stan Solo made so well. Everyone says hi to Carbon, which is cool. This starts to feel like a community. We have some people that comes back each and every week. Made so well is always here. Stan Solo is here pretty much always. Beat Owl, Carbon Vibes, not to forget about Moran or Chris. Moldy Thoughts, I've seen you here a lot recently too. SNTX, Blaze Beats, all those people are here. It's so cool. And SNTX, which became Syntax, right? Says thanks for reviewing the beat. Thank you for submitting. Thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for participating. If I didn't have people like you sending your stuff in, we wouldn't have a show, We wouldn't have this. Blue background. That's also a thing. Let's move into the next email. And these constant pop-ups from Rolly Connect. I don't get it. That's I alone. That's played. Next up is Robin. Hey, I made this beat a few days ago. Tell me what you think. I'm Arphonic on SoundCloud, and the sample I used is Gloria by Michelle Polnareff. I'm not sure who that is, but cool. So this is Arphonic on SoundCloud. And the track is right here. So we let that one play for almost 2.5 minutes. We're not being fair anymore. We're not being fair. This is cool. This is, And again, someone who uses kind of the same trick about having one type of intro then going somewhere else. A switch up like that is always cool. The first thing I thought about here was the snare sample. My thought went from, wow, that type of snare sample for this, that's a cool idea, to, is it a little bit too loud? To, yeah, but it's still really cool. Yeah. And also, this is, we had a beat a few minutes ago where someone was really good at playing the keys, right? Now we had someone who had a lot of really great ideas in the production process, because the intro, the flip of that's cool. Having this kind of half-tempo vibe over the entire thing, it's nice. And then all of a sudden you just drop the sample completely for a pretty extensive period of time. And using just synths and bass and the drums and just leaving it be without the sample, which makes it so cool whenever you reintroduce the sample back into the track. To me, that's awesome. Chris says, I love the beat. I think I would have liked it more without the vocal. No. That's the vocal. That little thing, it's awesome. Fits really well in there. And also, when we had this entire synth part, and all of a sudden you do this exact same synth line but an octave up, just straight out of the blue, that's really cool. That's really cool. So whenever you're working on something, sometimes you just play the loop and you turn off the sample and you notice that, yeah, it still holds up. I've added enough of my own stuff here to play the beat without the sample. Use that to your advantage, use that as a part of the track, because working with samples is cool. I love it. But sometimes having a sample-based beat and just dropping the sample is really cool. Makes the listener really, really understand what you did here. It's the sample, that's a big part of it, but it also holds up without it. That's awesome. A lot of people seem to enjoy this one too, and I really understand that. There's something that feels a little bit distorted or overdriven that I wouldn't have done that myself, but I see what you did. This type of tempo, beats in this type of tempo is really, again, I'm saying the word effective because I think it is. This. And also using a distorted bass like that, it's a bold move. When you have this type of soul or disco sample and you're thinking like in normal like hip hop beat making terms, I tend to go for a subby bass line without any overtones whatsoever. And here you did kind of like that. A distorted synth bass, which is cool. Really powerful and dramatic and cool. Dramatic is hard because a beat that's, described as dramatic could also be over dramatic to the point where it's cheesy or corny and it doesn't sound true or real or like, it's just theater. In this case, I think you kind of nailed the drama, but still having it serious and having it in a way that someone like me actually feels like, yeah, It's not just tricks. It's not just you trying to be all majestic. It's actually good. Yeah, someone else agrees. The vocal is fire, and it's used really sporadically anyways. Yeah, it is. And I think maybe that's necessary for a track like this, because there's so much drama, so much stuff going on with the sample and the main like chord, the main chorus section. So whenever you play that for too long, it becomes, tiring somehow. And then you need a big breakdown of just releasing the sample and stuff. I think that's cool. Be a dope beat for when they bring in a UFC fighter or something. Yeah, that's what I thought about, but more like a gladiator on this, whatever that's called, the arenas where you have gladiators. Like fight music, like someone comes out to the ring, could be UFC, of course. Just drama. Just, oh, cool. Yeah, only bangers. I know. Only bangers. Actually, we haven't had anything so far that I have had a problem with, for real. Not that I'm here to have problems, but you know what I'm saying. So that's from Robin, or Arphonic. That's his name on SoundCloud. Awesome. Thanks for sending it in. And thank you for letting me rip it apart. Sorry for going too crazy about things. I noticed this, by the way. Some people take portions of these live streams where I review their beat and just post it on Instagram as short form videos or reels or whatever, and I'm realizing how freaking slow I am. It's crazy. When you scroll these like Insta reels or TikToks or YouTube shorts or whatever, everyone's in your face, screaming, yelling, everything's super fast paced. And then someone shares something from one of these streams and I'm all like, yeah, that's a beat that sounds cool and good. So slow. And that's what this is. This is a slow show. This is slow TV. This is at least 2 hours of me talking about beats that I'm listening to. So it's not going to be exciting. It's not going to be energetic. That's not what we do here. Not for this thing. I'm just noticing. Everyone is more than welcome to share anything from these streams however you see fit. But it's just funny because the contrast from people being to me being like it's just what it is. That's maybe a chill or relaxed vibe or whatever. But in that type of context, I'm just coming off as this super, super slow guy. Yeah, I'm great. I know. I'm great and I love what we do here. I'm just saying in that type of context, it's just funny, the contrast between the fast-paced stuff and what I do here. This is supposed to be chill and relaxed. We're not here to energize anyone. I'm not here to sell anything, So the next beat comes from Jaob. 2 words. Jaob. Or Jacob. Hey, Ak. I wanted to send you something for the beat review. Think I used this one for another beat tape or so. The joint still needs some mixing and a little bit of ear candy here and there. Kept it simple with this one, sample, bass, drums, and just made a little beat switch at the end. To me, this sounds like something you can rap about the stuff from back in the days on. Again, thanks for the opportunity to play my shit. Have a good one. Peace. Cool. So, someone who said that someone could rap on this talking about, you know, reminiscing back in the days kind of stuff, which is always a nice vibe. I don't know how many tracks I made back in the days when I talked about back in the days, you know, writing raps about playing the NES and stuff. But this is an instrumental, and he kept it simple, and let's go. Who was this again? This is Jaob. Cool. A long fade out. So that kick drum, guys, the kick drum for this, that's a challenge to use that type of kick drum with that type of saturation and not having it too loud in the mix. That's cool. Big fan of this. My first thought here was, hey, relax on the BPM. Take it down a few BPMs in the tempo. Maybe that wouldn't have made it better. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just felt like it's a little bit stressed, you know? And that type of guitar sample always works for someone like me. I'm a big fan of the older Dilated Peoples beats, Babu and all that type of stuff. So it sounds to me like inspired by Dilated Peoples. As soon as I hear guitar licks like that. And you know, the bass is also really nice on this one. Maybe the bass line could have been a little bit louder, but then it would have made some issues, I guess, with the kick drum. The snare, someone also points out. Yeah, sure. And that lick going down, I think we have some spicy notes in there. Am I wrong? At the ascending notes on the guitar, it feels like we have a few notes there that are a bit spicy. Yeah, not totally in tune, and that's a part of it. That's a part of the sound. That's cool. I had something else I want to point out. You know, the BPM, I feel like I have an issue with that. I would love to hear this at kind of a lower tempo. Not a crazy amount, but just taking it down like 4 or 5 BPM. I'm thinking about someone like Mos Def. He would be able to spit some bars on this. Not that I've listened to everything that he's made over the last couple of years, but the old school Mos Def. And I say Mos Def because I'm talking about Mos Def, because I haven't heard Yassine Bey, his later stuff much. But Black on Both Sides album and that kind of stuff, that type of Mos Def. Or the Black Star type of Mos Def. Maybe together with Talib Kweli, who knows? It just feels like old Mos Def, maybe new one too, would work really well on this track. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I'm on point. Mos Def would be awesome for this. I stand by that. What are you guys saying? The drums, drums are at the edge of being loud. Yeah, but just on the edge. Just on the edge. Really nice fire beat, the kick and the snare. Best mix so far? Maybe so. Maybe so. The dissonance is great. I think it is. When you do that, when you kind of don't care too much about a few notes being out of tune like that, I think that's cool. Yeah, Black Thought. Black Thought would kill this, of course. Yeah, I said Mos Def and Black Star, and Black Thought would also. Yeah, a rapper like that, a rapper like Common too, I guess. Someone like that. Black Thought. I kind of forgot about him for a second there. But yeah, old school Mos Def, Black Thought, maybe Common, Talib Kweli, someone like that. Who am I to say? I don't even rap anymore, but cool. So that's from Jacob, and someone mentioned that it's J-A space C-O-B, Jacob, or Jacob. I guess there's someone called Jacob, and you just put a space in there. Jacob. And we have a few more submissions right here. This one is from Pete KS, and he was in the chat room just a minute ago. Just a minute ago. Let's see if you're still here. Pete KS, are you here? Are you here? Make yourself known in the chat if you're still in here. And if you're not in here, we're still going to listen to the beat. It doesn't matter that much, but it's always cool. KRS would also be something. Yeah, Yassine Bey. Yeah, Mos Def. So this one is from Pete KS, who is here and who is a member on the channel. Awesome. So he says this. Hey, Accurate. Do you remember the first Mobb Deep remix from the first episode? I submitted the instrumental, but then you also listened to it with the vocals. I've made another remix, this time from Nas's No Ideas Original. No Ideas Original by Nas. I'm not sure I can pinpoint what track that is. I kind of don't like the original beat, so I made my own version. The acapella does not have the best quality, but whatever. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure we're going to enjoy it. I'm sure we are. Remixes is always, to me, it's always a difficult thing. Because, I've heard multiple Gangstar remixes over the years. And no one makes as good beats as Premier, in my book. So why make a remix of a Premier beat if it's really good from the beginning? You just putting yourself in an awkward kind of position, It's like, yeah, the Mona Lisa is not that great, so I'm gonna paint Mona Lisa and I'm gonna do it better. No, maybe you're not. You know, the Mona Lisa is not even a great example, but you know. And people are upset about KRS. I don't know about KRS-One. You know, having opinions about KRS-One in 2024 feels weird. So let's not. Why do I need to talk about KRS-One? Nas. Nas. No Ideas Original. Pete Rum Remix. Which is Pete KS in the chat. Let's check it out. Hold on. Is that the original? That's another song, isn't it? Fuck it, let's listen to it.
No idea is original, there's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do but how it's done. What you base your happiness around, material women and large paper. That means you're inferior, not major. No idea is original, there's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do but how it's done. What you base your happiness around, material women and large paper. That means you're inferior, not major. If niggas could look inside my mind, you'll find where bodies are buried. First look past the hotties who dimes. Go to the center, enter with caution. Past the brain cell graveyard, where we's responsible for memory losses. Witness the horrific, the stench will make you nauseous. See what I seen every day, I live with this torture. Lighting spliffs up to stay high like 24 hours. Sleep with my heat, wash with my gun in the shower. My tongue is power, it thrills women, kills demons. Long as I'm still breathing, I'm still winning, I teach them. The hood converted from trade bags to 20s a girl. Everybody had money, every summer was real ill. 4-finger rings, dope dealers, cane. No half-stepping with flat top for rock and rain. Radios on card tables, Benetton, the guards building. Ask for today's mathematics, we are lost children. And this was going on in every New York ghetto. Kids listen, 5% of said it's pork and jello. We coincide, we in the same life. Maybe your time difference on a different coast, but we share the same sunlight. You're part of the world, might be like colors and gangs. While on my side, brothers are murdered for different things. But it all revolve around drugs, fame, and shorties. Stuck for your bling, stripped for your chain. The same story from Czechoslovakia, the Texas metropolis. Them treacherous rockstars and the Mexican mafias be scrapping with tats on their back. Violent wars, nothing less than a lethal injection. If ever caught, courtrooms, eagles and flags, American style. While in our world, the ghetto stays incredibly foul. Watch it for paint chips, don't want no lead in your child. But them gangsters put lead in your child. The bezzy be out, the chain be like 100K. Shining since Roxanne Shante made Runaway. That's been a minute, Genesis is deep. My features are that of a god, it's not a facade. It's a fact, these rappers wanna be Nas. My exodus doesn't exist, I never leave the streets, it's all in my mind. Even when
Okay, I could listen to this entire thing. This is just good stuff. It's Nas, it's a really well-made beat, and it goes nicely together. But we need to kind of figure this out. I understand that it's an original beat that you made yourself and you just put the acapella on there. Fine. But yeah, Made So Well is also pointing it out. There's something about that guitar line that feels... I recognize it too much. It feels really... I think I used to be able to play that on the guitar even. Isn't that also a Nas song? I keep saying Nas. It's difficult. Something here is really, you know. Or is it just that good of an idea that it just makes sense? It's the same guitar from the song about the gun on the dresser. Yeah, that doesn't tell me much. Whatever it is, if you would have played this, if I would have heard this beat without the vocal, I think I still would have thought about Nas somehow. I'm sure the guitar is not from hip hop. I'm sure the guitar is not from a hip hop song originally. No, but what is it though? It's like this. I made this thing so long back in the day. You had this Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of guitar riff ascending in note like that. Huh. Is it The Message? That feels more... yeah, okay. Let's check this out. Not to put you on the spot, Pete. The Message. And we got a YouTube ad, so we can change the cameras.
Slug, CB4 gusto, your luck low. I didn't know till I was drunk though. You freak niggas played out, get fucked and ate out. Prostitute turned bitch, I got the gauge out.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about. And it's not that similar. It's not.
6 ways I made out. Montana way, the good FELLA. Verbal AK spray, dip the tattoo. Jump out the range, empty out the ashtray. A glass.
It's not that similar.
No idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. What you base your happiness around. Material women and large paper.
And the message by Nas, that it feels like it's a little bit similar. This one is way more out there. Way more of a thought-through idea with more different sections. We have the entire piano thing that we haven't even touched on. I'm not here to say that it's stolen or that it's a plagiarism, you know? It's not.
The hood converted from tray bags to 20s a girl. Everybody had money, every summer was real ill. 4-finger rings, dope dealers, cane. No half-stepping with flat top for rock and rain. Radios on card tables, Benetton a guards building. Ask for today's mathematics, we are lost children. And this was going on in every New York ghetto. Kids listen, 5% said it's pork and jello. We coincide with...
Yeah, okay, someone... Mars Monkey Max says it right on. Zach Williams. Similar idea, but different melody. For sure. It's just that it's Nas, so you're still thinking about the thing. The idea is similar, but it's not the same. At all. Not even the slightest. To me, is this one of the best... This is probably the best remix we've heard so far on this show.
Top for rock and rain, radios on card tables, Benetton a guards building. Ask for today's mathematics, we are lost children. And this was going on in every New York ghetto. Kids listen, 5% said it's pork and jello. We coincide, we in the same life, maybe your time difference on the...
Yeah, it's totally different. It's not the same, but it's a similar idea. But, you know, doing making drums like boom, pa-ka, boom, 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 ka. That's also a similar idea from someone else, you know? That doesn't count. Sorry about this, Pete. I didn't mean to kind of go into that type of thing. But this entire vibe with this vocal works really, really well. I'm really impressed by this. That this comes from someone in the community is awesome, because this could be just a remix that someone made that I just hear on Spotify and I just put it in a playlist. It's that good. So this is funny. Pete says himself, I made the beat first, I thought of Nas after, then found a good fitting acapella. Yeah, And that's what you did, and it worked really, really well. AI Mode says it himself. It's a dope remix. Dope for sure. No one has anything bad to say about it. It's just funny when a beat kind of makes you think about another beat immediately. Maybe it's also because it's Nas, you know. Too many things makes me connect the dots. Really good work. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Pete. Thanks for sending it in. Thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for being a member on the channel. And thanks for making dope fucking music. That's cool. Do you remember the first Mobb Deep remix from the first episode? I kind of don't think I do. I remember that we had one Mobb Deep remix that made me kind of want to rip my hair out, but your first one, not sure I can remember that one. But we've heard a few things from Pete by now, and he is a talented man, for sure. So let's keep moving. Pete, by the way, I loved the drums. Just failed to mention it. But I love the drums. We are on Pete. You're done. And we are on this one. From Derek. Or D. Trottham. Hi. My name is D. Trottham. I'm from PA. This beat was made on the NPC. Accurate. Keep up the good work you do. And I'm trying. I'm trying to keep up the work I do. I don't know if it's that good anymore, but I try to keep up. You know? And I'm joking. I'm awesome. I know. You don't have to tell me. I know. I'm awesome. And the work I do is awesome. And D. Trotman. I think I said Trottham. D. Trotman from PA with a beat made on the NPC.
Agree.
Cool. Let him breathe. You know, where do we want to start this? A track like this, to me, it's really cool. This is 1 minute and 22 seconds, and if this went on for like 3-4 minutes, it would probably be too much for my personal taste. But as a quick little snippet like this, 1.1 minute and 22 seconds, I think this is cool. There's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of aggression and a lot of energy and a lot of emotion, that kind of way. If we just skip the intro and we just jump in like 35 seconds. It's just a lot, you know? The sample says let them breathe, and there's not a lot of space to breathe in this beat. which is not necessarily a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. I tend to do stuff that feels a little bit more open myself, but I can't hate on this just because of that. But to me, one factor that I think about sometimes when it comes to talking about music in general is that how is the music supposed to be enjoyed, you know? Instrumental music, because this is obviously instrumental stuff and it's just a vocal sample. To me, a lot of the instrumental music I make is supposed to be listened to and enjoyed just as it is. However, you're supposed to be able to do the dishes, you're supposed to be able to ride the bus, you're supposed to be able to, you know, just walk around, live your normal life. Or maybe having it on in the background and having a conversation with someone. Playing it on in the background on some type of party or hangout or in a bar or something. Not on a club, but in a bar. And to me, this type of music, or this beat in particular, when and how am I playing this? Let's try to do that and speak on top of it. Just talk about some stuff. About this music or about my iPhone or my bottle of water or just having a conversation about something. The music feels really distracting, at least to me. So it doesn't feel like background music, not something that's supposed to be played like that, and it doesn't really work that well on a lower volume. This needs to be played and listened to. This takes all your, you know, your full focus needs to be on the music. It's that busy. And that's a cool thing. And again, like fight music, as an opening scene for a UFC fight or something, this would work for that too. It's all hyped up and people are crazy and it's going to be violent and whatever. And this music plays and it just, you know, just energizes everything even more. And that's cool. To me, as a sensitive kind of whatever person, just traveling in a bus with a bunch of people going from one city to another, having this in my headphones wouldn't work. Or in the background of me speaking wouldn't work. So a piece of music that just forces you to focus, that's cool. But to me and my personal taste, there's too much stuff going on for this to be just enjoyable for 4 minutes. As something like this, awesome. Chaotic, cool, energetic, and aggressive. It's a traffic jam. Gym music, bro. Yeah, okay, that's also something that people do, of course. I didn't even think of that because I'm not that person myself. But blasting in headphones on the gym? Yeah, I can definitely see that. Fight music, a diss track maybe? Going for a good paced run? Okay, maybe that. Maybe that. Like whenever anything that takes a lot of energy, running, fighting, exercising on the gym, lifting weights or whatever people do. Sure. Okay. Flip your car over to. Music to flip your car over to. Yeah, why not? Flipping music. E-scooter flipping music, my bad. Diss track is also a nice idea, of course. Just a super aggressive rapper saying something really bad about someone else. Or like all those kind of whatever. What are those called? What are those called? Jedi mind tricks. You know, rappers like that, super aggressive, dark, violent rap could also work. It's cool. It's cool. But to me, I can't listen to that music for more than just short snippets. That's me being sensitive. Or just being a pussy. I don't know. Strip club music. Let's move on. So I made this mistake whenever I set up my website. So some emails came to my normal mail address and some comes to the new one, accurate@accuratebeats.com. And we are soon going to that inbox instead. Not that this matters. I'm just talking. I can't. My scroll wheel stopped working. Huh. So this is another submission from Spike Withers. Yo, I made this track for my instrumental album that I released early September, titled Youth in Jazz. Check it out. And I will check it out. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm gonna check it out. Spike Withers. With a track called Give plus Peace plus A plus Chance plus minus plus Spike Withers. Give peace a chance. This feels like this could be on the other end of the spectrum. The project is called Youth in Jazz and the track is called Give Peace a Chance. So maybe not fight music. Okay, we're going that way. We need to adjust from aggression to funky, cool jam. Just needed to breathe for a second. Whew. So Moran says something. I just got a touchscreen for my mixer. Scroll wheel feels outdated. Yeah, and I'm still kind of fighting my old way of thinking about things. This is the Logitech MX Master 3S for Mac. I'm still kind of trying to get into this one. I noticed my hand being super weird from the Magic Mouse because I use that on my work. So I'm trying to get used to this one. The scroll wheel is super, super cool, but the mouse is, I don't know. So now we talked about the other stuff. Let's get into some old school hip hop type of stuff right now. Spike Withers. Yeah, that's 2 minutes. A lot of people are liking this one in the chat, and I like it too, but damn, that's repetitive. Right? I just needed 1 or maybe 2 breakdowns in that 2-minute session. We had this thing that made me think like, yeah, this is going to be a breakdown, and now we're getting into a secondary flip. And that was like 2 bars and then back to dun 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 dun. It's cool, and a lot of people are pointing out Pete Rock and the Pete Instrumentals projects, and yeah, it's definitely that type of vibe for sure. And you know, rappers like De La Soul or something. I could imagine hearing someone like Q-Tip rapping on that. It's cool, but basically just a single loop. And going back to Pete Rock again, he does that a lot. Just letting, and I've said that on stream and videos and whatever. I appreciate that. Someone just having the guts to just leave the loop being and just letting it play, you know? Sometimes though, it's a bit much. And in this case, the horn, it's cool and it adds a bunch of vibes, but in terms of musicality, I would have loved to see just a different section with a different flip, maybe of the same chops, the same sample, the same sounds, but just in a different order, in a different way, a little bit less busy or a little bit more busy, just a section that would have taken me out of the monotony. Monotony? Is that what it's called? The vibe is there, and the old school funk kind of drums. Oh, what happened with that one? So, yeah, that camera died. Let's see if we can fix that. Okay. Yeah, someone points out a filter. Filter is the best way to add simple variations. Low pass filter on 50% and the arrangement is done. Yeah, sure. Just a section with a filter on the sample. Going from dan 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 to dun, 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 dun. Would have worked flawlessly. But the beat is, you know, it has a bunch of swing to it. The old school drums are exactly right. The different samples, everything just works. It's an awesome beat. Not saying anything else. I love this beat and I love this style of beats. But it would have been nice to hear some type of variation. Maybe even an intro. The hi-hats, the snare drum, everything is there. I love it. It's really, really cool. My only complaint here is that it's repetitive. Klangstrom says hi. So everyone said hi, say hi to Klangstrom. And we have some money in here. Why? Did I miss a super chat? Yeah, okay. SNTX or Syntax. €5 in a super chat a while ago. Thank you. Sorry for not noticing. Listening on the bus. That's cool. That's a great way to enjoy this. Now let's jump back into the email again to see if we have another submission. Because I'm pretty sure we do. So that's Spike Withers. Thank you for submitting a beat. Now we have the same one again. So he sent it twice with the same text. Okay, cool. So the next one comes from Benji W. I am between artist names at the moment. I went by Complex over 20 years ago, and then Benny Plex, and 1337 Merc. 1337, that's Leet Merc. But at the moment I have no name, and I'm just getting back... Oh, my eyes. I'm just getting back to it after recovering. Haven't taken a long while out for health reason. I'm just getting back on it after having taken a long while out for health reasons. Thanks. I love this show you got going on. Been lurking and enjoying for a short while. Peace. Thanks, man. Being between artist names is such a thing. Before my friend named me Accurate, I had all sorts of things. I went by Joey Animal for a while. Before that, in English, I had Kenny Complex. All of these corny, like wannabe hip-hop kind of names. Kenny Complex, Joey Animal, I don't even know. Accurate. That fits me way better. So this is from the man without an artist name. Coming back from recovering from a health something. Cool.
Well balanced and full of detail. That's stereo. Stereophonic sound. It has some outstanding qualities. Perspective, a spacious effect, good fidelity to the original, captured on tape by the engineers in their studio. On this record, we present contrasts in stereo. Large orchestras, small groups, voices, soloists, to help you enjoy your stereo system and entertain your friends. My part in all this? Well, I'll spare you a lecture, but I do want to point out the big features of modern stereo as we go along. Now, back to the music.
Yo. Quoting poems of a black marauder, collapsing order, stolen tokens from folks who pose as passive ballers. Could give a toss about your fashion gawking, Kevorkian, flesh the Procordian, assist you in death and flex the accordion. Pros a scorpion, tips on the deep gravel, beneath the temple where the Sikhs travel. My golden peace signs a preamble, grapple with imminent incursion of stimulus burdens. Nation steep in its shambles, fuck Partygate, fasting with the martyrs in afterstate. What barbers on my calm gives you lava, no arbitrate. Magma cools, left me with obsidian jewels, amphibian. Drag my tools to carnivorous groups, commissions, Masonic blocks of trilateral. Sovereign up shot for my squad favela collateral. Proctors nod, Gothics lodge, follow the capital. Choppers cut from hot, plotters brung and rest is unnatural. Black Gordian knots, ethnic intolerance, wretched is prominent, Congolese sufferance. Death is a metric, possessive governance. Volcanic geezers under my tongue, vocal cords, pandy heat of songs of corruption. Under eruptions, the functionless bodies from Pompeii. Ascribing Vesuvius soil, mixes from Bombay. Uprise bring the truth to the boil. Liquor is one way. Plight of Peruvian toil, thicken like phosphate. My lines never knew a recoil, triggering one's fate. My light saw the Lucifer spoil, leave him at God's gate. I pump weights, front of the clock's face. Judge plays summers and chumps, stumble the pump, turn the weak into chalk flake. Part and parcel of rhyming arsenal, prime article, blinding the snakes, decline farcicles, armaments blast from off my fast moving castle, target you, the kickbacks anarchical, startle you. Part and parcel of rhyming arsenal, prime.
Someone's got bars. Damn. That's cool. Let me just make sure that I don't misunderstood this. No, it doesn't say. Who was from the UK? Wasn't it you? Who wrote that you were from the UK? I don't know. Benji is also in the chat room, I noticed. describing his health situation, which I almost died. Skin went gray, body inflated, organs started going wrong. Damn, man. Benji. Doesn't say anything else. Guitars? Way better now, though. Way better now, though. That's good to hear. That's good for you. Being someone who also has had kind of a health scare and recovering from that, it's cool. It's awesome. You see life in a different way. At least I do. And you're back to being creative and making music with stuff like this. Awesome. I mean, the first thing, I'm a producer first, and we're talking about beats, right? But I can't, the rap on this.
Busting with the martyrs in afterstate. What barbers on my calm gives you lava, no arbitrate. Magma calls left me with obsidian jewels, amphibian. Drag my tools to carnivorous groups, commissions.
UK rappers is such a cool thing. I just love it. A lot of the British rap we hear today are like these, super modern, new schooly type of things where people are just, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the new school British hip hop scene, but I listen a lot to the Four Owls, for instance. And whenever you have like the dirty hip hop, boom bappy kind of sound together with British rappers, I think it's a great fit. And for someone like this that doesn't sound that okay, he sounds that British, and who am I to say anything? I'm from fucking Sweden.
Volcanic geezers under my tongue, vocal cords pan.
This kind of voice, it sounds like a grown-up, Feels like a proper guy. And the lyrics, the bars, the flow, all great. The mix of the vocal on the beat could have been done differently. But let's pay more attention to the beat.
Well balanced and full of detail. That's soloists to help you enjoy your stereo system.
Yo. Quoting poems of a black marauder, collapsing order, stolen tokens from folks who pose as passive ballers. Could give a toss about your fashion gawking. Kevorkian, flesh the procordium. Assist you in death and flex the accordion. Pros a scorpion.
Beats like that kinda needs a rapper, is one way to think about it. I would love to hear more beats like this as instrumentals. Not that the rap here is not good, but the beat itself, that's simple. Those kinds of drums, old school, real hip-hoppy kind of a break. A normal classic drum break. That type of bass line and just those chords going back and forth. Maybe a little bit of side chaining would have done a big difference here. But there's something, we talked about it last week. There's something really confident about leaving it that simple. Everything doesn't need to be fleshed out with melodies and lines and sound effects and whatever. Sometimes straight up stuff is just the way to go. And this is cool. This beat without the rapper would have been nice. It would have been really nice, but maybe the rap here kind of makes the entire thing to sound like a song. I mixed it on analog tape, bro. I mixed it on analog to tape, bro. For real? That's cool. That's cool. Benji says a lot here, or Benji. I'm not a fan of the modern new school stuff either. I can hear that from your music, and I appreciate that. If I focus, I hear the beat, and it's good, but the vocals taking it over a good way. Yeah. Oh my God! What's up with the chat room? You guys are writing a lot. I can't even keep track of this. The track has scratches at the end. Okay, we can't just skip that.
A gang of Puma black boots and baddie shooters are now targeted by the troopers of magistrates. Know your every move and your calibrates. I'm dipping back to Mars as my nuclear activates. Thunderbreaker sending toys to the Undertaker. I'm a rock'em sock'em robot hop. I drop bombs. Thunderbreaker sending toys to the Undertaker. I'm a rock'em sock'em robot hop. I drop bombs. Thunderbreaker sending toys to the Undertaker. I'm a rock'em sock'em robot hop. I drop bombs. Thunderbreaker sending toys to the Undertaker. I'm a rock'em sock'em robot hop. I drop bombs.
Yeah, cool. And someone asked for me to play the end of it, and I did before someone asked. Whatever. That type of scratch, that should have been the chorus of the track, you know? That sounded really cool. And that type of scratch with a lot of like noises of an original track in the background makes everything sound like really underground and cool. I'm a big fan. This is great job, man. The mix had to be kind of simple. Yeah, if you did it on tape, for sure. It's just a demo. I will be mixing it again. Well, I think a lot of us seem to agree that nothing is really wrong here, except the fact that the vocals are a little bit, or maybe a lot, too loud. You need to just take down the vocals, and that camera is acting up. That's the only like real thing here. Just turn down the vocals and we're fine. I think it's really, really cool. Again, I can't stress that enough. To have something this simple and just letting it play like that and adding the rap and everything is cool. I want to do more of that myself. Just not always going for the keyboards and the notes and the different, you know. Just, yeah, this is done, you know. Sample or chords, bass line, drums, khalas, you know. But thanks a lot for sending it in, and good luck to you in the future. That came out wrong. I'm glad you've recovered from the health crisis, and I would love to hear more music from you. British rapper in this kind of style is, love it. I do love it. And a lot of people in the chat seems to be big fans of this one too. So, Benji, thanks a lot for sending it in. And now I didn't mark this one, Spike Withers. We heard that one for sure. Okay, something is up. It's not my mouse wheel. It's actually the browser. Huh. And Amazon just delivered. Okay, that's good for you. Now I need to reboot. What's that? That's Safari. So let's force quit because this is Chrome. Okay. Safari, force quit. Yes. Safari. And we are up and running. Which means we don't have to look at that email anymore. We can just switch to the proper one. Here we are. Okay. Okay, so I'm noticing that after this, I need to say this properly. After this show today, we're closing this down in like half an hour. And after that, I'm going to have to close the submission again on the website. You're not going to be able to submit anymore. I think I need to count real quick. One. No. That's my bad. We have stuff for the next show, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that one has 4 in it. 9 plus 3. Okay, we have 12 beats. We have 12 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we have 12 beats that we need to go through. And we're not going to go through all 12 of them today. We're not going to stress anything. We're not going to be here for hours. But, you know. So let's leave the submission form open for a few more days and see how much stuff comes in. If it gets out of hand, I'm going to close it. And we're going to do next week's show. And then we're going to reopen it. Because I don't want to have queues, you know. The chat room. Benji gave me a super chat of £5. 5 British pounds. Thank you. Appreciate you, dude. And I appreciate you right back. Giving a heart to that one. Thanks a lot. Thank you a lot. Super chats and memberships and everything goes a long way. Believe me. How's the Amazon delivery in Sweden? The Amazon delivery in Sweden is scary good. Scary good. What came now on Amazon was actually something for me for Christmas. Yeah, I'm buying my own Christmas gifts. That's fine. I also have a family that I give gifts to, and that gives gifts to me. But I'm just sweetening the deal with buying something for myself too. I decided to, okay, now we're just having allow me to have like 5 minutes of just hangout chat. I decided to buy a PS5, and I decided to not buy a PS5 just yet. I'm gonna get one, but I'm thinking, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm thinking secondhand, of course, a used one. And I'm thinking a lot of people will probably get a PS5 Pro for Christmas, and then they're stuck with this old PS5, selling that on the Swedish version of Craigslist for me to pick it up at a lower price. So to me, it makes more sense to do it after Christmas, after the holidays. Hopefully to be able to find one that's a little bit cheaper, because I'm cheap when it comes to 100% entertainment. These kinds of things, that's a different story. But when it comes to buying something for myself that's just for entertainment, I'm cheap. So I decided to buy a PS5, and but I haven't. And I'm gonna wait. Whatever. But I'm not gonna buy a PS5 on Amazon. I'm not crazy. Carbon Vibes also liked the track from Benji. Is it normal that your site goes blank after submitting a beat? No, the site should not go blank. You should have this, it should say thank you for submitting a beat. You're not getting an email notification that it's been sent, but it says on the screen thank you and something. If it doesn't work, please tell me. Please. Amazon returns is a different thing. This little fucker right here, is getting sent back. DJI Action 5. I'm just not a fan of it. And I think I have like 3 more weeks to send it back. I've only done a few Amazon returns before, and I think it worked out just fine. This one is a little bit more expensive though, but I think the return thing should work because I can't keep it. Doesn't make sense. I'm not going to be able to use it much. It's not good. If there are no beats anymore, we just listen to 10-year-old beats of yours and review those. No. There are more beats, and we're going to play more beats. I just wanted like a minute. But there are more beats, and we're going to listen to them. My old beats. I mean, I've been making YouTube videos for almost 10 years, I guess. So if you want to hear the old stuff I did, go back to YouTube. And I'm not even ashamed of my first videos. The beats on those videos were decently good. I think it does. You can leave your email address and you get a notification. No, not for the beat review, I think. I don't think so. Or? I don't know. It went black after I sent one in. So your name is Illinois. Let's see if I can find you. You're not skipping in line or anything. I just want to see if you're here. Illinois. Let's see. No, I don't seem to. Was that? Did you do that just now? No, there you are. You sent in a beat 3 days ago. Illinois. And I got it. Yeah, it's here. Maybe I need to check something on the website. I'm not that sure how it works. But I do have your beat, and I'm going to play it in next week's show, for sure. Maybe you check if some of the beats reached you from people with blank sight. I seem to have a lot of beats in here. There's more stuff than I counted just now, because some of them are more than one. And I hope for real that if someone knows that, yeah, I sent a beat like 1.5 weeks ago and it hasn't been covered, something is up, just reach out, just email me and ask what's up. I can also miss one in the line here. I just sent a beat a few minutes ago and it went blank on me too. Okay, so what's your name? OPDBX? How can I find you? Just a few minutes ago. No, don't seem to have anyone like named anything like that. Mine went blank and it worked. Yes, it did. OPDBX. The site is shooting blanks. Mine went blank and it was the one which got played today, so it's still working. So it's going blank whenever you submit the beat. It should be OPDBX. Hold on, let me see. We are in the right email and this has been received today. There you are. OPDBX LNAME. You sent it 20 minutes ago and it's here. So obviously the functionality is there, but you're getting a blank screen after submitting. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but it seems to work, which is cool. by the way, I need to test this out. So what browser are you using if you're just getting the blank screen? I normally run Safari, and sometimes I try my website with Chrome, but sometimes I forget. So please, what kind of web browser do you use? I got the hiccups. How about mine? Mine should be named Nicholas Neve something. Yep, you're also here. 29 minutes ago. Nicholas Niforatos. It's here. Oh. Everyone's using Chrome. Okay, cool. But Shot by Nick, you are also in here. I'm gonna have to check the site tomorrow to make sure that it doesn't just show you a blank screen. Because the submission works. Everything is in here. No one's been lost in the tech world. Now, back to the music. This one comes from Sylvan Pfizer. Sylvan Pfister. Yeah. My name is Colash. Colash, a beatmaker deeply inspired by the authenticity and craftsmanship of 90s hip-hop. My approach to beatmaking is to work exclusively with vinyl, digging through crates and find tiny samples that I chop, assemble, and transform. These micro samples become the foundation of textures and sounds, often unrecognizable, yet full of emotion and history. I craft my beats using vintage gear like the ESP16, MPC, and Zoom sample track, which brings an analog warmth to my production. I also incorporate subtle scratches, blending classic rap cuts with gems from archive records, adding a narrative and dynamic layer to my compositions. Here's a track from my 13-track album released on Mutombo Records called Super G. You can check out the whole project here, and it's also a file. So that's a long email. Someone who works exclusively with samples from vinyl and doing a lot of micro chopping. Cool. Let's check it out.
We can go on and on to the clock starts.
Cool. First of all, Beat Owl says no. Pete KS says someone wanted to take advantage of stereo. Yeah, I'm sure. I could imagine like some of the scratchy things where the delays goes back and forth, left and right, ping pong style. Whatever. I can't hear that stuff, so. But you know, this person described his music pretty well. Organic samples from vinyl with vintage gear, all that type of stuff. And it kind of comes through. I think you can make something really similar to this without using any fancy stuff whatsoever. But the fact that you did doesn't hurt at all. It just makes it more like that. So if you do what you described in the email, that it's like a lot of micro chops from different songs and different sources and everything's just put together, that type of art form is what it's all about for someone like me too. Sometimes I don't do it that like complicated anymore. Sometimes I just make the process easier by using a single sample and just flipping. But doing that type of workflow is definitely an art form, and it comes through in the track. It makes a lot of sense in its entirety, but you can also hear that there's a bunch of different things, maybe from different sources, but just a bunch of different elements, which makes it interesting and fun to listen to. To me, this is nice and balanced. It's really, really punchy without being too much in your face and like fatiguing to listen to. Because that could also happen whenever you have something that's too processed and too worked on, it becomes fatiguing to the point where you can listen to one single song and then be like, oh shit, I can't listen anymore. And you don't know why. And that's not the case with this. This feels nice and balanced and soft and cool, but still punchy. That's also nice. You can hear that some of the things are slightly out of tune with each other, and that just adds tension in a cool way, in the best way possible, actually. Nice drum programming, nice everything. And the scratch sessions and everything in here. Let's find those again.
We can go on and on to the clock stops.
Simple yet really effective scratches like that. Just small bits and pieces of them with some delay and some ear candy stuff. Just floats my boat. I just like that a lot. The snare drum, for a production like this, I think I would have gone with a different type of snare myself. Not because this is bad, just because I don't think I would have thought about using a snare sound like that. You did, and you did an awesome job of doing that. Who was this again? This was Super G. No. I'm gonna paste it in the chat because I'm break as a drum break, and Colash like collage, I guess. Break Colash. That's the name of this one. The track is called Super G. No, the album is called Super G. It's a 13-track album, and it's available on Bandcamp. But Breakage Break Colash. Whatever, that's the name. Search for that one, and I'm sure you're gonna find it. Great stuff. Is this good enough to end the show on? I think it is good enough for it, but I want to go for a little bit longer and just see if we have some more stuff in here. That's cool. Now we have an email. Okay, so that's that one. By the way, I just got another one from Simon Smith. Klangstrom. That also came through. It's also in here. We're not going to have time to play that one today because we are getting kind of a queue. But next week, for sure. But it came in. That's me just pointing that out. So that one came in 5 days ago. So we are listening to beats from last week. Or from this. Yeah, from last week. Here we have someone. Let's go from bottom to top. Hey, here's a beat done in after a weird, strange party I went on. Not a good one. The result, a comfy, spacey, smoky kind of beat. More like a beat to listen to get high without drugs. Okay, music to get high to without drugs. Hope it won't be too strange for the audience. I'm sure it's going to be fine. We can deal with stuff that's strange. This is from, again, I'm going to paste it in the chat. Boom clap, boom clap. B-O-U-M. Boom clap is the artist name. And I'm going to turn on the other camera again. Because I'm pretty sure it's black. Oh! And we are gonna make one of these shows standing up someday. Because I have this standing desk and I want to use the standing functionality more. Orange, pink. Oh, that's purple. Green. Another orange. Red. Let's go like that. Nice. Boom clap, boom clap. The strange song made after going to a bad party, and this could be something to get high to without drugs. Cool. Nice. And we have a conversation going about what sampler this was made on, and it doesn't say in the email. After a strange party I went to, the result is this. No, nothing about what gear was used, but it does sound... Someone points out that it sounds 404-ish, and it kind of does, or maybe even more vintage than that. But hell, what do I know? You could just use a DAW, make this in Logic or Ableton and just use RC20 or something, and cheat. It's not cheating, but... I mean, honestly, this is really good. I hope it won't be too strange for the audience. I really don't think it is. It's a little bit strange, yeah, but it also has a little bit of a swingy, boom-bappy, old-school, lo-fi kind of sound that's still really interesting. And a lot of people are pointing out the texture, and yeah, that comes from this... It sounds like a vintage sampler. Maybe it's just a bunch of lo-fi effects, who knows? But it adds a bunch of texture and a lot of like harmonics and stuff that makes it more interesting than it is. But you have everything in here. The drums are nice, the samples, everything just feels good, has a nice chill vibe to it, and the bass line just makes a complete package that's really appealing to listen to. Appealing to listen to? Is that even what you say? I don't know. This section. That's a classic. To have that type of section that just breaks it down. Not too much, not too little. Just brings out the beautifulness of the main loop itself. That's nice. It sounds like an NPC 60. Yeah, maybe it does. I don't know. But, yeah, it's not that strange. It's a really nice beat. It's solid. It's, you know, you don't have a lot to work on for that one. It's good as it is. And let's do another one. Hi. I had to make this to a .m4a or else it couldn't upload. Let's see if I can download. I can. Let's see if I can play. Yeah, works. I had to make it this in. I hope it doesn't mess too much with the audio quality. I'm very interested to see what you have to say about this beat. I got some mixed reactions, but I really like it myself. I used some samples I bought from the Drum Broker site, and some I sampled myself from vinyl. I've been making beats since I was about 14 and I'm 45 now. Just love it, but never took it out of my bedroom until recently. Enjoy your content and can't wait to hear your review. Thanks in advance. If you need a better file, just contact me. It's way too late for that now. We're going to play this file. This this .m4a. M4a, that's like the MP4 something. Windows Media, I don't know. Made So Well. Okay, that was also a while ago. I keep missing stuff in the chat. Made So Well gave me a super chat, but you're already a channel member, man. You don't have to. You don't have to, but I do appreciate it. Which screen do you use? It's a BenQ monitor. It's 32 inches. It's good. Yes, thank you, Moran. If anyone asks how to submit a beat, go to my website, accuratebeats.com. That looks crazy, right? Let's do that instead. Because that doesn't look crazy. It's all pixelated too. accuratebeats.com. Go to my website, go into the beat review and find the form. Right now the form seems to be acting up somehow. It just becomes blank whenever you submit a beat. But I'm still getting all the files. We have double checked on that for like 5 people and it comes through. M4A, isn't that video? No, it doesn't seem like it. This is audio. So let's go. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Now, for a beat like this one, I mean, the obvious, most like impressive thing about this is the drums. They just stand out and they are so freaking good. Normally, like a kick drum, a snare drum, and a hi-hat, maybe an open hi-hat. That's like the basis for most people who makes beats. This is someone that uses way more stuff than that. All types of ghost notes and snare rolls and stuff. And incorporates that stuff really, really well. So the drums themselves, they just stand as they are. They stand by themselves. Is that even a thing you say in English? They're able to stand by themselves. No, I don't think you say that in English. The drums are good as they are. So whatever you put on a drum loop like this will sound better than it deserves to be. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I guess I'm becoming sick or something. You know, those types of drums are really, really cool to listen to. They just, you gotta focus on the drums because the drums are that cool. And as I said, whatever you put on those drums will sound good. And that's not totally true, but to some extent, I think it is. In this case, you put some really nice stuff onto those drums and everything just works together. That's not portamento. It's not just one note sliding to another one. Maybe that's what one of them does, but also sometimes a note is more than a note. It's not just always a matter of going from do to do You can slide from the one to the second. And when you do that with like a bass note, this becomes complicated. If you have a single bass note going boom, and you go from boom to boom on the secondary instrument, keeping the bass steady, it creates this, like, in the slide itself, you have this weird sensation of things aren't in tune. But then it just goes by so quickly. So you don't even think about it. It just becomes emotional somehow. And that's what's happening here. And this is really cool. I don't hear this a lot. It's also a matter of the volume, like going up and down like that. Is this all automation or just really well-picked samples? That's hard to say. But yeah, the drums reminds you of the Roots. I see what you're saying there. Questlove does a lot of like cool things when he plays because he's one of those types of drummers. But this is nice. And the fullness we're getting with something like this, because the drums are rock solid and we have these weird, but we have these different portamento effects and pitch slides. And the drums are really rhythmical and fast paced, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And all the note information is the opposite of that, like slow and steady and evolving. And it creates this nice contrast between one thing and another. I'm impressed. This is good. This is really good. And this is also a lecture for people, or like a lesson to people. Put some more time and effort into your drums every now and then. I'm saying this to myself as well, because spending a lot of time on the drums, making them swing like this, and having this number of different drum samples basically works. Makes a hell of a difference. Really impressed. Really cool. Perfect for a cipher? Sure. Cool. So we are ending this show tonight. I promised to do this for at least 2 hours, and it's now in 2.5. And I'm having a good time. But we are listening to a lot of music in a short period of time. And we're talking a lot. We're breaking everything down. So one more beat. That's all we're going to do today. So thank you for sending this one in, Michael. This was the guy, he's 45, making beats since he was 14. And yeah, that's what you get with a lot of experience. Just finding out that it deserves to take time sometimes. And that one's supposed to have 3 emails. No, that's 1, that's 2. Okay. Here we are. It's the same guy who just asked if I got it, and I said yes. So that one's done. So the next one, that's also a double. Yeah. So this is the last beat for today, and then we're all going to bed to have a good night's sleep. No, not true, but kind of. That was fun. Okay, one more. Fine. We are doing one more. We are. And this is someone I've seen around in the chat room before, I think. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Hey, Accurate Beats, if you're reading this during the live stream, I do. Say hi to chat. So, Casper the Friendly Ghost says hi to you. Hi. First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to review my beat on your awesome channel. My name is Kamal, but I go by Casper, the Friendly Ghost producer. I'm a faceless I'm a faceless sample-based producer from Morocco. How are you a faceless sample-based producer? You're just anonymous. I know, but it sounds funny. You're faceless. You just don't have a face. I made this beat using a 1969 pop song called 6 o'clock in the morning by the Feminine Complex on MPC software and the MPC Studio MK2. Okay, that's cool. Would be awesome if you give a shout out to my first beat tape called Appreciation. Apparition. I'm from Sweden. It would be awesome if you give a shout out to my first beat tape called Paste in the chat. Available on all music platforms. Wish you more success in your life. Peace. Casper the Friend the Ghost. Let's see what you did. This is going to be the last feature for today. So, the last beat.
You gone. You gone.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm gone. A part of me just want to say, I'm gone, and just end the stream. That would be so cool. I'm not that cool though. I'm not. So yeah, for sure. This was a great beat to end the show on, and that's what's gonna happen. Casper the Friendly Ghost seemed to enjoy my channel, and he seemed to appreciate being a part of it, which is cool. He made this on MPC software and the MPC Studio MK2. Proven that you can use stuff like that to a really on a really, really high level. Because this is a really high level. This is good music, no doubt. Awesome work. Casper the Friendly Ghost, you made this one in probably the best way possible. I'm not a big fan of people being like, oh, great sample. That doesn't say anything. The sample is not mine. Yeah, it is a great sample, but what I did with it is what you're supposed to enjoy. In this case, the sample was good, and what you did with the sample was really good. Someone like me, like hearing that type of you gone, the sample thing, I would have tried to flip that, like pitch it up 5 semitones and going like boom, 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 you know? And you went the other way. And I think that's cool. The bass follows along perfectly. And what I like the most about this one, I mean, the sample, the bass line, the drums, that's all good. But the piano stuff on top of it, creating this like melody for 8 bars or whatever it was, coming back, whoo, that's nice, that's cool. That's what I try to do myself sometimes, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it really, really worked. And this, you can hear that this is someone who knows what they're doing. This is not just someone who was lucky finding a good sample and just, yeah, something happened. This is someone who knows what they're doing, which is cool. The tempo is perfect, for sure, it is. It sounded like it would fit right in a classic Nas album. Yeah, maybe so, maybe so. But Casper the Friendly Ghost made the last submission for today, and he did a great job doing it, for sure. Maybe it's just because it fits my vibe right now really, really well. But there's something about this one. That type of bass line too, dum dum, da dum dum, da dum dum dum. Following the chords, making it just work. Awesome, thank you, Casper, or Kamal from Morocco. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Thanks a lot for sending this one in. It's gonna be marked as read. And it came through twice, so that one too. Boom. So, guys, the situation we have in front of us is, this is David just having a conversation. Yeah, that's cool. So we have one, Illinois, you were here like half an hour ago and asked about your beat, and it's the next one. It's going to be the first one on the next episode. That's what it is. You're next in line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 8. Still 12? I think we had 12. And I got another submission 4 minutes ago from Michael. Cool. So what I'm trying to say here, to be perfectly clear about this, now we have 12 beats to listen to next week, which is good. I don't even know how many we did today, but something like that is what it is. So I'm gonna leave the submission form open on the website, and I'm gonna check out the site itself to see why it becomes blank. Obviously, when you entered or submitted a beat. I want it to be some kind of confirmation message on the screen, or maybe even a confirmation email to your email if you entered it, to make sure that you know it's been submitted. Maybe not. I don't know. Is it that serious? Do you need a confirmation? Maybe you don't need it, but maybe you want it. I don't know. But it's not supposed to go blank. Now it does, but the form still works. So I'm going to leave it open, and if it feels like I have more than I'm going to be able to cover, I'm going to close it. But for now, this seems to work. It's open and it works. Jacob, are you here? Yeah, you have been played today. And he's not here. Oh, JK. JK is Jacob. I got it. I played it. It's been played. A confirmation would be nice. Yeah, I guess it would. But do you really want a confirmation email, or is it enough to just have it on the screen? Help me out. So JK is Jacob. Yeah, you have been played. Jacob. You have been played. In this episode, your music has been played. You no one has played you. That's not what I'm saying. So, help me out. Answer the question. If you submit a beat on the website, do you want a confirmation email or not? Just screen. 2 people says on the screen is enough, and I couldn't agree more. A confirmation email that you sent the beat to some fucking YouTuber, it doesn't feel that serious. Email, no. Screen, yes. Cool. It's good. It's good to know that I sometimes have the right idea about stuff. On the screen would be enough. Everyone says the same thing. So, the form is open for submission, and we're going to do this again next week. Depending on how I feel tomorrow, maybe we're going to do a live beat making session during the day tomorrow, not this time. So what would that be in reality? Time is like almost 11. So if I did a beat making session tomorrow, that would be like 12 or 15 hours from now, something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's going to happen, maybe not. Confirmation on screen. Yeah, okay. I'm going to set that up because I don't want it to be a blank screen, which is it obviously is right now. And yeah, I have... Okay, cool. I have some stuff to watch tonight too. I missed the last Street League in Tokyo. So I'm gonna watch some skateboarding. I fell asleep last night watching Reza, Haisa, Leal, and I don't know who. Yeah, I just saw the first. This is a skateboarding competition that I watch, by the way. I saw the first parts of the kick-out round or whatever it's called. I hope you feel better tomorrow. I feel good today. What do you mean? Carbon vibes. I'm just saying, if I'm all beat up and tired tomorrow, I'm going to do other stuff. But if I'm feeling inspired and whatever, we're going to make beats on stream. I don't know. The next feedback session is on Monday next week. Yes, every single Monday, the same time, the same place, the same channel, all that stuff. Get well. Am I sick? Why does everyone say feel better tomorrow? Get well soon. I'm well. I'm fine. I'm good. But yeah. The place, accuratebeats.com. that looks awful. accuratebeats.com. That's the website. Go there if you want to submit beats. Chris52 might have been the best Monday. Pure bangers all night. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Someone said that it was just good beats. This is cool. I love having this platform and to be able to do this. And have an audience of talented people sending beats my way so we can all enjoy it together. And sometimes talk too much and too long about details in music. But in every single episode up until this point, there's been stuff that feels like, yeah, you've been making music for 6 months and you need a little bit of practice. This time around, all bangers. Everything was good. Not a single beat I didn't enjoy. You know, there's always things to enjoy in music, and there's always things to dislike, or just things that could be improved. You know, that's just the nature of creativity and the nature of everything. Everything is good, everything is bad, everything could be better, everything is better than what it could have been. Made so well going crazy with the emojis. My emojis that I made myself. I think I need to make them into PNGs to make them not square. I don't know. But this time, tonight, and you know, anyone is welcome to send anything into this little show. Anything goes, for sure. Bad stuff, good stuff, beginners, pros, whatever. Anything goes. But we have always had some stuff that feels like, yeah, okay, this needs to be changed. This needs to be changed, you know? And not today. Today, just a lot of great music that could be enjoyed. We still broke it down and talked about it. But sure. Veterans making great beats tonight. Yeah, that's what it became today. Maybe next week's episode will be a lot of like beginners beats that we can, you know, try to give some pointers to the beginners out there too. Because that's definitely important and valuable. But yeah, Street League skateboarding. That's my next project here. If laying in bed watching an iPhone is a project. So, made so well, I agree. It's really important to get beats sometimes that needs a little bit of work and that are not pure fire or whatever. We need to have a variety of beats here. Beginners, pros, in-betweens, home studio producers like myself, whatever, and also like young people would be cool. To have like, you know, 15-year-olds making music, sending their stuff in, and we can pick it apart and say what's good, say what needs to be improved and how to focus. All that stuff would be cool. So, all I'm saying, anything is welcome. Anything is appreciated. So again, these... I hate to say this, but I just think that I should. These videos are not monetized. I'm not making $1 out of doing this. From YouTube and the algorithms and the systems and sponsors and whatever. This is just for fun, just for the community, just for sharing the art and the passion and talking about, you know, leaving feedback and all that stuff. So this is not monetized content whatsoever. So if you would want to support, you could become a channel member. That doesn't give you much at the moment, but it's a way to support what I do. This and videos about gear and music making and all that stuff. So channel memberships is a good thing, and super chats is a good thing. Also, just subscribing to the channel is good. Watching videos, giving them the thumbs up and commenting, and you know, all the junk we need to do to keep the algorithm somewhat pleased. And I'm doing a really bad job at all that. So if you want to help me out a little bit, consider doing something to support. Doesn't have to be much. Doesn't have to be anything. Whatever, I'm just rambling now. I gotta go. Time to go. Thanks a lot for this. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for submitting beats. Remember that it's open for anyone, anytime. So, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I have a hard time ending these streams every single week. So, now we're just going to end it. Because it's done with. For a while. Have a good one, everyone. Moran, thank you. Carbon Vibes made so well. Klangstrom, Illinois, Victor, Pete, Chris, Moran, Beat Owl, everyone's here, and it's awesome. Now, it's time. Peace out.